Live on the internet. Welcome online, Maria.
Good afternoon. How are we?
Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are live streaming on various places around the internet. Particularly, this event was arranged so that we can get the word out to all of Maria's contacts about an amazing new breakthrough. My name's Michael Firth, founding Field Advisory Board member of a company called Numi. Now, we happen to be live streaming in other places as well. So as you watch this, guys, do us a favor, type in where you're watching us from, because we do actually have business open in about 74 countries, and we always love to see where people are watching us from. So when you log on, do us a favor, type in exactly where you're watching us from in the chat. In fact, stay on till the very end because we have a very special offer. But I want to also say, while you're watching this, type in "pick me please" in the chat. And that way you may be drawn in a week from now when we're talking to Maria's contacts for a free bottle of product. And so with that in mind, as we kick off today, Maria, I would love it if you would actually tell your contacts, your followers, a little bit about your experience with the Numi products, because I know it was a big decision for you to actually come on and say, hey, I want to get the word out about this. And it's because you had such a profound result yourself. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, thank you, Michael. I'm really excited, I guess, about sharing, because before trying Numi, I was just constantly battling with fatigue, really slow recovery, discomfort, soreness in my body that was just really holding me back massively from the things that I love to do. And I guess the other thing as well is I just absolutely wish I had this product when I was back playing for New Zealand. It just would have been an absolute game changer. But I'm really thrilled to have found it now. And it's, I guess, the first product that's truly got me back on my feet again. I guess probably the biggest difference was just like the real, just steady energy, I guess, that lasted throughout the day was the first thing that I noticed that really helped with some of the things I just shared before. The biggest noticeable one was the recovery time for me was so much shorter from anything that I was doing, like drastically changed my recovery time. I could push myself a little bit more with things that I was doing. And I guess the other thing that I really noticed was just not paying for it the next day when I was back, like starting the gym or just those daily things that I'd been wanting to do for so long. So yeah, I guess that's why I'm here today, because it's been massive for me to be able to get back and do the things that I love that I haven't been able to do for almost decades. And so yeah, for me to have found something that's so, I guess, quick and easy to take and has really helped me has been massive. So yeah, so I'm really thrilled to be able to share it, because it's something that until I'd found the product didn't actually obviously know it existed. So yeah, so very happy to be able to have it and take it each day and notice just gradually doing more and more at the moment.
Beautiful. You know what I just realized at the start? Because there's people watching on some of the other channels who may or may not even know who you are. So ladies and gentlemen, Maria was actually part of the New Zealand sports cricket team, the White Ferns. And so do you want to tell us a little bit about that? And then I'll get into a little bit about the product.
Yeah, so I guess not only was it a dream of mine to play for my country, but something that I unfortunately had cut short due to some of the battling fatigue that I found in my body, and wasn't able to keep going at that level like I would have liked. And so I guess for nearly 15 years now, I've been looking to get back to to even just doing the things that I love, but not just that in daily life. I've been able to get out and do back to the gym, back out in the mountains, adventuring, keeping up with my child as well, which has just been awesome. So it's kind of helped me both ways for daily life, but for getting back out physically as well, which has been massive, and feeling a lot more myself, which has been huge.
Beautiful. So guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through some slides to give all of Maria's contacts an understanding of what this scientific breakthrough is and why it's so profound. So just give me 1 sec. And I want to say at the very outset, when we get to the end of this presentation, stay on. There's a very special offer that doesn't normally apply, which will apply for the people that are actually on this event. Having said that, let me give you an understanding on the science as we kick off. So firstly, they say if you want to be successful in business, what do you need to do? you need to find a problem and fix it. So studies prove scientifically, it's a clinical fact, that 90% of oral supplements don't absorb in the body fully. And this means that only a fraction of the nutrients get to where they need to be. So we have very expensive urine, right? So we've solved this through a breakthrough we created called Hydrostat. And Hydrostat sets us apart because it delivers nutrition into the bloodstream in 30 seconds flat and then directly into the organs in 70 seconds like no other supplement can actually do. Now, what makes us different is three things. The first one is cell size. So our ingredients are down to between 10 and 100 millimicrons. What's that? That is 10 nanometers. So if I had a big enough screen now, I'd pluck a hair out of my head and say, check it out, that's 80,000 nanometers. If you need to penetrate the blood-brain barrier, you need to be about 30 nanometers. If you want to absorb into a cell, you need to be down to 10. No one else is, we are, which sets us apart. Now, secondly, just a bit of a science lesson. If you are taking great nutrition and wondering about absorption, a nutrition molecule can only be absorbed according to how much it touches a human cell. So it's called force diffusion. Now, in our case, by using the nano process that we own and we have uniquely, we can actually get up to 200 times greater surface contact using Hydrostat, so amplifying the results of the product. Then the delivery method of that, instead of traditional nanotechnology like liposomals that are up about 300 nanometers, can't penetrate the blood-brain barrier, don't absorb to a cell, they also use lipids, which is fats, and fats can attract toxins. So instead, in our case, we use ultra-purified water molecules to deliver it. So these are the three things that make us unique, but there's a fourth one, which is just in time for today's call. I said this to Maria last night, and that is we now have True Shield certification. And what does that mean? True Shield is a lab that actually works with WADA, World Anti-Doping Agency. So anyone, even if you're competing at the Olympics, you know that you can use this product with confidence because of that rating. We're going to now show you how it isn't just about the ingredient, but it's also about what that ingredient does with absorption. So one of the main ingredients in our product is glutathione, and we had that ingredient which drops in your body 10 to 12% per decade in a healthy individual from your 20s. We had a product we gave to a guy 18 years ago in the glutathione space called Bill Gillespie, powerlifter. And he tracked himself right throughout his career. And you can see here from 23 to 49, he used a glutathione precursor and he busted some world records, and then of course got older and everything tapered off. And we wondered what would happen if we gave him this breakthrough, giving him the same ingredient 10 years older. Boom, this is what happened. He busted all the world records at 1,129 pounds and did a bench press, which is 517 kilograms. Insane. It just shows you it's not just the ingredient, it's the delivery method. And just to put that in context, I did a rotor cuff the other day lifting 70 kilograms. This guy's older than me and just busting world records. Then we gave it to a lady here in Australia in the Sunshine Coast who's 4 times Australian women's boxing champion, and she said it gave her back the endurance and recovery she had in her elite fighting years. Then we thought, well, some people are going to say, yeah, but I'm a vegan or a vegetarian. I won't need to take it because I only eat good stuff. Well, this guy here is a vegan triathlete, and he immediately noticed it was in his body from day one, noticing focus and brain clarity. That's the first thing a lot of people talk about. And then went on to get more muscle speed, muscle strength, running speed, and recovery. This is a friend of Maria's, and this is how we're meeting. This is Greg Greg Dixon out of New Zealand. And he said in his 20s, he was doing mountain biking professional races, half-day events, and he was just spent at the end. Now at 57, he has the energy to do whole-day events. This is my son, just to show you, if you don't know, your glutathione levels drop 10 to 12% per decade in a healthy individual. So anyone in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s would be depleted. But even if you're in your 20s in athletics, a clinical fact is you burn 40% of your stored up levels of glutathione in the first 10 minutes of aerobic exercise. So we can give a 24-year-old like my son the product who technically probably wouldn't need it, but during sports can replenish it because he's burning it in the first 10 minutes of exercise. And of course here, he hit personal best in week 3, week 4, he continues to go out and improve. Recently, at the same time as we started this test with Maria, we had a lot of other athletes come on board. This is Brad out of Western Australia. And he said the results have been really positive. His energy levels during sessions, a quicker recovery, reduced fatigue, after long runs. But the standout was doing a race which was actually nearly half a kilometre longer than his previous time trial. And of course, he cut 7 minutes off the overall time since using the product. Gym goers, this is a lady from Perth. She said recovery between workouts noticeably improved, even got hit with a bug and bounced back fast. Again, low levels of glutathione means you have a sluggish immune system. Boosting back to the way you were when you were younger can help bounce back from all sorts of things. I won't read everything on this slide because a lot of words, but this is an athlete who just went out and became top 10 and has never finished in his races before at that sort of level, which is amazing. And he has Strava, the app, which actually said it's the best performance he's ever had. And that was literally after a month of using the product. But even at 2 weeks, he had phenomenal results. And if you're watching this, you could pause it on the playback and have a good read through that later. And then finally, this one I love. This is a gentleman, Benji from Sydney, and he owns a MMA gym. And he said, quite skeptically, yeah, heard it all before. And he got on, and after using Noumi for 3 days, he experienced an uplift in cardio and then was able to go 20 minutes in the ring with the fittest MMA fighter he knows. And normally he said, I wouldn't last more than 5 minutes and I'd be just spent. So today wasn't designed to give you the full insight and full understanding of the science behind our product, because it's just a quick live stream for 15 minutes, let's say. Having said that, there's a special offer on, and I would encourage you to reach out to Maria if you're seeing this on her wall. If you're seeing it elsewhere, reach out to the person who sent it to you instead, and they will be able to send you a video that has a lot more science so you can understand what it is. But there is a special offer at the moment as well that says if you become a customer in Australia and New Zealand, particularly during the month of August, we will give you an extra bottle of product for free. And if you become a member, that'll be 2. So that shows you that we're going to back it and back up Maria getting the word out. So Maria, based on everything I just said there, is there any closing remarks you want to share with everybody?
Yeah, I think it's, your own personal experience is what you've got to share, and we obviously heard from others, but for me it's not just been in the physical activity and in sports performance. It's just been in my general well-being, I guess, as well, has been really noticeable. So yeah, I guess for friends and family out there, you don't have to be competing at that international level, even though it's very, very helpful for those athletes as well, for what the product can do for them. But yeah, I guess it's just ones and doing endurance races. It can be CrossFit. You just head to your local gym with your friends, or out in the weekends. For me, it was just, I was so surprised at the difference that it's made for me, and I'd love obviously others to be able to experience that as well and know that it's out there. So yeah, for me, just lastly, I can't leave the house without it. It's on me, just to be able to take a quick swish before I'm about to do stuff, and off I go. So yeah, for me, it's really given me my life back, and I'm so grateful. So yeah. Look forward to seeing what other lives it can change. Yeah.
Fantastic. All right. So thank you for today. It's been awesome. Guys, as we wrap up, you notice I've put in here, opposite side of the screen, Winfrey product, type in Pick Me Please. I don't care which platform you're watching us on now, whether it's Maria's live stream or one of the others. Type in Pick Me Please now as you're watching this, or on the playback. And in 7 days from now, we will actually draw a lucky winner out of those that have typed in Pick Me Please, and it could be you. But in the meantime, as I said, if you want more information, get back to Maria if you've seen it on her wall, or the person